we can get started. Are we good to start there, the back? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, and thank you for coming through this morning, where the ANC Secretary General is going to give the ANC's reflections and perspectives and positions on a number of issues that are currently in our political, socio-economic environment. With that said, happening against the background of the promulgation by the President of South Africa about the BELA Act, the SG will reflect the ANC's position on that pronouncement. Over to you, SG.
Thank you very much, Matlengi, members of the media. I'm here today with Comrade Phoebe, who's the chairperson of the ANC Subcommittee on Education and a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC. We have convened this press conference to apprise the nation and reflect on a number of issues in the public domain. This we do as a culture and tradition of leading and connecting with the people as our movement remains rooted in society. We convene at a time of significant developments, the visits by the President of Nigeria, the President of Angola, Germany, and the handover of the G20 summit presidency to South Africa. That saw the Secretary General of the United Nations gracing our shores. South Africa has carved itself a place in the world community of nations, forging diplomatic and economic relations and pursuing peace. South Africa has assumed its rightful place in the community of nations as the first African country to lead the G20 group of nations as president. This massive feat under the leadership of the ANC and the stewardship of President Cyril Ramaphosa is consistent with our quest for a better Africa and a better world. This important position augurs well for the economic development of Africa, promotion of global peace, solidarity, and sustainability, partnerships and collaborations for reciprocal benefit and mutual prosperity, inclusive multilateralism and progressive internationalism, poverty eradication and end to starvation and disease, and the African Union Agenda 2063. We are on a growth trajectory with the international community interested in investing and forging ties within South Africa. The ANC congratulates the vanguard of the working class, the South African Communist Party, on its successful Special Congress. We shall continue to work with the Alliance in building the future of this country towards a better life for all. This also goes to the successful conference of the South African Student Congress as a strategic vehicle for free, quality, higher, and further education. The Basic Education Laws Amendment Act, the ANC welcomes the proclamation of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act in its entirety. This marks a significant milestone in the ongoing transformation of South Africa's education system. This achievement follows years of rigorous consultations and reflects our unwavering commitment to ensuring equitable access to quality education for all South Africans, in line with the Freedom Charter. The full BELA Act heralds a new era of inclusivity addressing historical inequalities and affirming the rights of all learners to quality education. Measures such as universal access to grade R, the elimination of corporal punishment, centralized admissions, and equitable language policies dismantle remnants of apartheid-era practices. This is a victory for constitutional values and vision of a united, non-racial, non-sexist South Africa. We are aware of the anti-transformation pushback by forces opposed to change, nostalgic of the apartheid-era past, majority rule and superiority of one language over the other. Failure to address this will be a betrayal of the generation of 1976. We rejected Afrikaans as a medium of instruction, thus relegating the majority to secondary citizenship and lack of identity in their country of birth. We denounce baseless fear-mongering by those who oppose these progressive changes, seeking to entrench outdated language hierarchies and exclude the majority from education opportunities. The ANC remains resolute in building an education system rooted in equality and inclusivity, ensuring that no child is left behind. This act is congruent with the right to education, language, culture, the recognition and respect of linguistic and cultural communities, and diversity as entrenched in the Bill of Rights. We commend the bold steps taken by President Ramaphosa by signing this into law and for calling for its immediate implementation. The Department of Basic Education should therefore move swiftly to finalize norms and standards to guide governing bodies, SGPs, and provincial heads of department. Indeed, the doors of learning and culture shall be open to all as advocated by Freedom Charter. The Government of National Unity, Clearinghouse, engagement with other political parties on this very important matter has also been important and a really test of our coming together and notwithstanding our diversity and differences. The signing of this bill is a demonstration that we are in a government of national unity, but not a meltdown or a melting pot where we agree on everything. And it is an affirmation of the correctness of our position that we need to work together as a country, as political parties, irrespective of ideological background. Other people chose not to come to the party, to come to the government of national unity as a tactical intervention post the election. We congratulate all political parties who continue to work together in this government of national unity with the ANC as the largest political party in the government of national unity. The ANC extols the government and EXCOM for achieving 289 days without load shedding since 26 March 2024. This milestone, driven by the Energy Action Plan and robust leadership by the Minister of Electricity and ESCOM board and management, is a positive step towards the stabilization of the national grid. We are a government at work. We are a government to be trusted, and trust must be earned. ESCOM has used the December summer break to intensify maintenance efforts, with over 8,000 megawatts undergoing plant servicing. These interventions have not only improved reliability, but also laid the foundation for a seamless electricity supply in the new year. However, we note with concern the utilities' 55 billion rand loss reported in its latest financials. underscoring a need for a sustained turnaround strategy. Illegal connections and infrastructure damage remain challenges that require societal collaboration and strict enforcement measures. The ANC calls for the fostering of a culture of payment for services to enable Eskom and municipalities to meet their mandates effectively. We urge collaboration between Eskom, municipalities, and all stakeholders so that we contribute to alleviate the high cost of living and burden on consumers while maintaining momentum for economic growth and job creation. The ANC welcomed the decision by Botswana's new administration, led by President Duma Boko, to lift its ban on importing South African fruits and vegetables. This positive development will strengthen South Africa's agricultural sector and strengthen regional trade relations. Historically, Botswana accounts for 15% of South Africa's vegetable exports and remains a vital and strategic trade partner. This decision reinforces the value of mutual cooperation and good neighborliness in promoting sustainable economic growth and food security by supporting the agricultural sectors in both nations. The ANC condemns the recent acts of gender-based violence and femicide in KwaZulu-Natal and other parts of the country. These highlight the ongoing scourge of violence against women and children in our society. These acts undermine human dignity, especially women and children, as the vulnerable sector of society. We call on men to show courage by speaking out, seeking help for emotional struggles, and rejecting violence as a means of resolving conflict. The ANC is committed to supporting survivors, ensuring justice for victims, and working with communities to eradicate GBV and supporting families. This fight requires collective action from all sectors of society. We must reiterate, there is no space for violence in our society. The ANC is humbled by the trust shown by the people in the recent by-elections, where we registered significant victories. Winning Ward 7 in Northern Cape from the DA grants the ANC full control of Hantam municipality, marking the third municipality regained since the 2021 local government elections. Similarly, in KwaZulu-Natal, the ANC successfully secured Ward 2 in Msunduzi from Inkatha Freedom Party. We registered a resounding victory in Skukuni by 71%, up from 37%, winning it overwhelmingly from economic freedom fighters and some new arrivalists. These victories underscore the resilience and commitment of the ANC to serve South Africans. The ANC grows by day. We thank the voters for their trust and our volunteers for their tireless efforts. The ANC reaffirms its commitment to delivering on its promises and calls on all public representatives to serve the nation with integrity and dedication. Preparations are underway for the ANC's 113th anniversary celebrations and January 8th rally scheduled for 11 January 2025 in Khayelitsha, Cape Town. The anniversary will strengthen ANC's connection with people of the province, celebrating the resilience, culture, and contribution of the diverse people of the Western Cape. It will spotlight shared struggles and the urgent need to address the stark inequality between Cape Town's affluent areas and its impoverished communities. The ANC welcomes the Constitutional Court ruling in the residence of Bromwell Street Woodstock against the city of Cape Town. The ruling reinforces the commitment of our nation to undo the spatial legacy of the past, with the city of Cape Town, according to the court, placing greater emphasis on gentrification rather than spatial justice. It called the actions of the city unconscionable when residents have occupied their homes for generations, having survived apartheid forced removals. The ANC's 113th anniversary is a sign of its resilience in the face of setbacks and progress, as the oldest liberation movement on the continent. This resilience finds expression in the ANC's ability, in the face of severe headwinds and storms, to continue to renew and find solutions to the pressing problems of the country. The anniversary will once again see the conferment of ANC awards to its best performing branches, as well as branches of the leagues. The awards, named after patriots and icons such as Sol Plaatje, Charlotte Maxeke, Z.K. Matthews, and Anton Lembede, will be given to branches who exemplify the renewal of the ANC and its connection with communities, with young people, and with women. At this anniversary, the NEC will also confer the highest honor in the movement, Istwalandwe Siyaparangwe, which was first awarded at the Congress of the People in 1955 to Chief Albert Luthuli, Father Trevor Huddleston, and Yusuf Dadoo. 70 years later, Istwalandwe remains a tribute to the sons and daughters who made outstanding contributions to the country and the movement. The rally will reflect on the ANC's achievements while reaffirming its commitment to tackling poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Together, we'll chart a path toward a united, democratic, non-racial, non-sexist, and prosperous South Africa. The January 8th statement will coincide with the 30th commemoration of the passing of Comrade Joe Slovo on the 6th of January, and the commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the Freedom Charter on the 26th June 2026. These are no mean feats. They adorn journey-spanning years of the struggle for democracy, freedom, and justice, hence our commitment to defend the Constitution and advance freedom. The ANC notes the government's response to the water crisis facing the country in Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and other provinces. The ANC calls on all spheres of government to prioritize resolving this problem and investing in water infrastructure and maintenance. We appreciate the maintenance and upgrading of water infrastructure, which had adversely affected the supply of water. The ANC will continue in investing in people by providing basic services to communities. The numbers in terms of accidents are rising. The ANC is gravely concerned by the rise in road fatalities since the launch of Arrive Alive campaign in December. We once again appeal to the motorists and pedestrians to use our roads responsibly. We urge the transport authorities and law enforcement agencies for stricter measures to stop the carnage. The law enforcement agencies must be out in full force to arrest and prosecute the transgressors. We also call on those traveling with children to ensure that they are safely secured. The loss of one life is one too many. Despite the conclusion of 2024, the challenges of 2024, the ANC has listened to the citizens' concerns and voices. We have upped the game and increased the pace in addressing several challenges. As a result, we see the prioritization of ease in doing business, compliance with the respect of all, and in particular informal business initiative, trade relations within Africa, improving governance and delivery through departments, local government, and state-owned entities, reducing backlog in government, departments, and enactment of transformative legislation. The ANC calls on all South Africans to join us in embracing progress from the transformative BELA Act to energy stability, the quest for economic emancipation, and the fight against gender-based violence. We welcome President Ramaphosa's announcement on Reconciliation Day that the process towards the national dialogue in 2025 is on track to ensure all South Africans contribute to the direction of the country and its pressing challenges. Together, let us build a better future that upholds the values of liberation and ensures equality, justice, and opportunity for all. We wish all a blessed and joyful festive season. Let us share with the needy, drive and drink. Don't drink and drive on the roads. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade SG. At this point, I will take questions. And some of the questions, the SG may direct them to Comrade Fikile Peter. I will start with SABC and then come to UFM. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Mbalula, the year has created an impression that this is a win-win situation for both the major partners of the GA, the ANC and the DA. Is that also a consistent position, or is the DA saying based on this issue? On the Northern standards, that essentially is to create consistency with public schools across the country. So practically, when could we expect, I think the concession issue is those occupied schools. I think can we expect those first cohort of English-speaking learners or English-speaking learners, whatever it is, to enter those traditional or resource occupied schools? And then, of course, the issue of the speech to violence being normalized in South Africa. The country recently just platformed a musician that had allegations of abuse surrounding it. What is the ANC doing as a member of the government of national unity beyond condemning gender-based violence to truly take this fight against scourge of violence in this country to another level where there's actually consequences for the level of violence that we see in this country? And then lastly, foremost, the issue of mother tongue, of course, there have been many fears, specifically from occupied speaking communities, as to whether the transformation of those schools will result in the language, I guess, fading away from those schools. Is it correct interpretation that in practicality, the efforts towards occupancy in the school and impact learners from different languages that the department is expected to add classrooms and teachers in those specific schools, and that wouldn't affect the standard already what is set in that occupancy school as we speak of that?
Thank you very much. My brother over there.
Morning to you, I'm choosing my name from wherever gender-based violence. There's been talk and talk and talk over the years till today. Women in the country, they are under attack. Things like being they are continuing to do what they do. And as that we've been talking and the government putting resources to address this, do you think SG, is this enough? And then from now going forward, how is going to be handling this thing? Because it's keep on happening. It doesn't stop. Until it happens, then it will stop. And second one, on the SAC2, SG SACP, when it comes to the campaigns, you always go together, working together, holding hands during the campaigns. So now you'll be going passing each other, and some of the SACP members, they are having a dual membership. So how is it going to be addressed, or how is it going to be handled when that takes place in terms of the campaigning SACP? So for now, I'll stop at that.
All right, thanks a lot. I will take ENCA.
All right, thanks, Mbuluko from ENCA. In terms of the norms and standards and regulations that ought to be developed, do you have confidence that, given the fact that that process will be championed by a DA member who is a Minister of Education, one who's not the signing ceremony of this bill to an act as it is today? I'm asking this question in the context of the statement that was issued by the DA leader, John Steven Mason, in reaction to the proclamation by the President yesterday, because he keeps emphasizing in the statement that it is the DA minister who will be leading that process. Do you believe that she will approach this process in a manner that will be in the interest of one and all, primarily because she doesn't surely did not agree with this, her party did not agree with this. But secondly, how do you see, considering the fact that power is like, in terms of the BELA Act, it's going to be constituted within the provincial heads of department. Take the Western Cape, for instance, where the DA is coming. Do you anticipate perhaps some incongruence in terms of how the Western Cape will be dealing with that process as compared to other provinces? Lastly, was the Khayelitsha Stadium the first choice of the ANC? Because I understand that, and correct me if I am wrong, I understand that you initially wanted the DHL Stadium and you did not succeed. What were the reasons, if indeed DHL was your first preference for the January 8th celebration?
Thank you very much. I will, at this point, turn to the panel. SG, I would suggest that Comrade Phoebe comes first to respond to that particular question, and then we'll take the SG.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everybody. On the BELA, I think that the real winner are the thousands of South Africans who made submissions. You know, SGBs from across the country, political parties, trade unions, citizens groups, communities. That led to Parliament passing, both the National Assembly as well as the NCOP, passing BELA in its current form. And this is why, despite the 3 months delay, the President has proclaimed the BELA in its entirety. So I think that it's a win for all South Africans. And that's certainly the approach of the ANC. I'm sure other parties will try and spin it, but it's our view that it's a win for all South Africans. The question about norms and standards and what it means for Afrikaans schools. If one look at the issue about mother tongue education, and it's something that's been going on for quite a while, since the 5th administration, the Department of Basic Education has begun to look at how do you extend mother tongue education beyond grade 3, which we have at the moment. This year, the introduction of science and some of